Listen, folks, if you're going to give the Dallas Stars power plays, be prepared to get burned. The Dallas Stars with 5 unanswered goals in the third period against the Edmonton Oilers, who were in the driver's seat. They were up 3-1 heading to the third period. Their best period of the playoffs when you look at the stats and the goal differential, and the Oilers completely collapsed. Stu Skinner's part of that. The penalty kill's part of that. The power play is also part of that. Special teams really did decide this game. I thought the Oilers played pretty well on the, when it came to the 5-on-5 play. But in the second period, with the Oilers up 3-1, they had a power play. They could have made it 4-1. Their power play does not convert. And then Dallas, at the end of the second, they get a power play down by 2. They don't score by the end of the second. They make some adjustments. Mikko Rantanen not on that top unit to start the third. A little bit of a message being sent by Pete DeBoer. And then Dallas, they score early and they score often. Dallas then gets 2 more power play goals in quick succession. Before you know it, it is 4-3 for the Stars. 6 minutes into this third period. And as an Oilers fan, it's like you just had whiplash. You're sitting there going, wow, we're feeling good. The team is playing a basically perfect game heading to the third period. And then you end up losing by 3 goals when you had a 2-goal lead. Quite the change, quite the pace. And credit to the Dallas Stars, credit to Pete DeBoer for making the adjustments. And for the Oilers, there's a lot of adjustments they're going to have to make in Game 2 if they want to come out on top in this series. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Austin. If you end up enjoying this post-game fan reaction, make sure to smash that like button. And if you really like the content, make sure to subscribe to the channel as we are very close to 6,000 subscribers. Cannot wait for that milestone. The support during the live stream tonight, by the way, was incredible as well. Thank you all so much. I'm a little bit sweaty, of course. I'm not sweaty because of how intense the game was. I'm a little bit sweaty just because my office, my streaming room, my room where I do all my content, it's pretty warm. My computer gets pretty hot in here, and the heat is on Edmonton now, right? Listen, I did predict the Oilers to lose this game. In the pregame report, I said 5-3 Dallas. The Oilers traditionally have slow starts coming out of long breaks. They traditionally lose game ones, but after the second period, we were all feeling pretty good here in Oil Country. We're all sitting here going, up 3-1. You just got to kill that early power play for Dallas in the third. Control the play 5-on-5. Let's not worry about a darn thing. But it's not just 5-on-5 that determines a win or a loss in this league. Special teams has to come up clutch. That includes your special teams units. That also includes your goaltending. Now, Stuart Skinner ended up finishing the night with a negative 3.5 goal saved above average. Was every goal on Stu? Oh, of course not. You can't just blame the goalie in this one. The Oilers, it was a team collapse in the third period. A team-wide collapse in the third period. I know people are going to want me to go after Stu. They're going to want me to just rip his head off like I usually do after a loss like this. I'm not doing that. The Oilers still have a chance to split on the road. If Edmonton comes out and wins Game 2, well, guess what? You're 1-1 heading back on home ice. Not concerned here, right? We're not concerned yet. You're not in trouble until you lose on home ice, by the way. And the Dallas Stars once again prove, as they have all postseason long, that sometimes, it doesn't matter if their 5-on-5 play isn't as good as we expect. It's when they do their damage, and are you giving them free chances to do damage against you? I thought the Oilers were not disciplined enough. And you can say what you want about the Evander Kane high stick. There was an angle that does show contact, right? The one Sportsnet angle, the replay started after the high stick contact had been made. I am not discussing that further. It was a penalty. Every penalty Edmonton took in this game, in my opinion, was a penalty. I see fans blaming Wes McCauley. I see fans blaming the officiating. I see fans saying Dallas was diving and selling for calls. Doesn't matter. I'm not going after the officiating tonight because that did not lose Edmonton the game. You have to find a way. If you want to win a Stanley Cup, you got to play through that. And you have to find a way to kill a penalty. The Oilers coming into this game in the playoffs, their penalty kill was at 66%. That's terrible. That is awful. Their penalty kill has not been able to get the job done, and their power play was lethargic tonight. Yes, they scored on their first opportunity. Bit of a broken play that ended up on the stick of Nugent Hopkins, and he ended up sniping one on the glove side of Jake Ottinger. But the Oilers were up by 2 goals, and late in that second period, they had a power play opportunity. They could have went up 4-1. right? You have to have that killer instinct. Edmonton gets a power play already up by 2. Pretty rare for that to happen, right? The Oilers' power play was terrible, anemic, didn't provide and produce any high danger shot on net. And then, of course, Dallas, they get their opportunities and they capitalize. You need a save. You need your penalty kill to, make some stops. You need to block some shots. And there was a couple goals against Stu Skinner, obviously, that I'm not happy about. The one snipe on the power play, I think it was by Marchment, went over his shoulder. I'd like to see Stu cut that angle off, maybe not go down early. And then the other power play goal by Duchesne, where Stuart Skinner is just laying down in his crease, has no idea where the puck is for some reason, and then thinks for some reason it's no goal. He's like skating out of his crease. He's like, no way, man, that doesn't count. Stu, what are we doing here? I want to show everyone a really funny stat, by the way. Curtis Hurch tweeted, in 6 playoff games, Stuart Skinner does not have a single game with a save percentage between .835 and .999. So when Stu wins, he gets shutouts, right? When Stuart Skinner wins, he'll get a shutout. And when he loses, oh my goodness gracious, an .835 or lower in every other game. If it's not a shutout, it's an .835 or lower. That is crazy to me. That is unbelievable, Stuart Skinner. Listen, we talk about this all the time on the channel, right? The big thing that I talk about is as long as Stu gives the team a .900 save percentage. If he gave the team a .900 save percentage tonight, maybe a 3-2 Oilers win, maybe it's 3-3, and we're talking about overtime right now. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. Stuart Skinner finishes the night with an abysmal. Hold on, let's take a look at Stuart Skinner. An .815 save percentage. Yucky poo-poo. Don't like to see that. Jake Wallman finished with a -2. I thought Jake Wallman probably had his worst game in the playoffs other than game 1 against Dallas. When we take a look at the Oilers' top guns, you had Corey Perry was a -2. Connor McDavid, 2 assists, but he was a -1. Leon Draisaitl, 3 points, but also a -1. The Oilers did not do enough damage tonight when they could have done enough damage. And the Dallas Stars, again, you got to give the Dallas Stars credit here. I'm not going to sit here and say that Edmonton deserved to lose, but at the same time, the Oilers came out passive in that third period. And yes, 4 goals on 9 shots in the third period against Stuart Skinner. That's not great. But look at the chances that the team gave up. The team thought that they could just kind of hang back and just kind of collapse and slow the game down. We knew Dallas was going to come out flying. I talked about it on the live stream before the third started. I said Dallas is going to come out with desperation. Can the Oilers handle it? Will they be ready for it? It's clear that the team was not ready for it. Now, speaking of the Oilers' power play as well, they could have made it 4-1. They didn't. Now Dallas is up 4-3. And then the Oilers do get a power play down by a goal. Well, now your power play, it didn't give you a chance to really put your foot on the throat of the Stars to go up 4-1, but maybe it can give you a chance to get back in this game. Maybe you can tie the game 4-4 and then get back into the game, right? Not what happened. That power play, once again, pretty anemic for Edmonton. Whoever is running the power play right now, they have to make adjustments. It is not nearly good enough. The only goal that they got on their power play was a broken play, a puck that ended up on Nugent-Hopkins' stick in the slot, and he sniped it, which is great. But the Oilers, they're just looking for that perfect play. There's no reason for that. I think the time away, right, the team had about a week, 8 days away from intense hockey like this. Obviously, you need saves. Obviously, you want your power play to get going. I thought the Oilers at 5-on-5, they did a pretty good job controlling this game overall. I didn't think that they were amazing, right? And Dallas, I think there's a lot more that they can give in their game as well. Edmonton, for 40 minutes, the Oilers controlled this game. I thought for 40 minutes, Edmonton played a pretty much perfect road game, but you got to play for 60 minutes. And I love the analytics. I believe in analytics. The underlying metrics for Edmonton, they're going to look strong, especially when it comes to the 5-on-5 play. But it doesn't matter. If you don't play for a full 60 minutes, those numbers don't matter. It's something I tell people all the time. Small sample sizes. A team can just come out and score some crazy goals. They can take over a game just like that. And the Dallas Stars, they have the depth, they have the talent, they have the skill, they have the power play, and they have a great penalty kill as well. For the Edmonton Oilers to come out on top in this series, if they want to win game 2, a couple things they have to do. Number 1, if you take a penalty, make it worth it. Don't give them anything easy. I thought every penalty Edmonton took tonight was unneeded, unnecessary bad penalties to take, especially Evander Kane. Corey Perry, there's no reason to high stick a guy in the face the way he did. That is just unacceptable to me. 200 feet away from your own goal. Don't do that. If you're going to take a penalty, make sure it's worth it. Are you taking away a scoring opportunity? Are you taking away a breakaway? Are you taking away an odd man rush chance, right? The Oilers were in control. They became undisciplined, and the Dallas Stars, they made them pay. Dallas is a good team. I know people sleep on Dallas. People also sleep on Edmonton too, but a lot of people in the analytics community, like myself, I'm not sleeping on Dallas, right? They have the talent to get the job done. They remind me of the Oilers last year, where the Oilers power play really took games over. They single-handedly won Edmonton games. If Edmonton plays like they do at 5-on-5 tonight, the rest of the series, I like Edmonton's chances. If they can convert a couple of their own power plays, I like Edmonton's chances. And if the Oilers can also kill a couple power plays as well, I like their chances. But they have to go out and prove that they can get the job done. I am not taking questions tonight, unfortunately. I don't think there's too much more I need to talk about. I think we all know what this team needs to work on. Special teams is a big one. Locking down a lead in the third period is a big one. I expect the Oilers to come out in Game 2 on Friday with a lot of hunger and a lot more attention to detail, and I expect them to play 60 minutes. Chris Knobloch, he's going to have to make some adjustments. A couple players tonight, definitely passengers. I will talk about them in the day after discussion tomorrow. If you want to look forward to that, day after discussions are basically a podcast where I kind of break down the game. I have a couple specific players I like to really go in depth with. And then, of course, we get ready for Game 2. Make sure to like tonight's video. Make sure to subscribe if you really liked it. And as always, everyone tuning in, tell someone that you love them. And as always, of course, fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Dallas Stars fans, GG's. I'm giving you the handshake, of course. We'll see how this series plays out. I still think it's going 6 or 7 games, but Edmonton's got to be better than they were tonight. 60-minute effort. You need a 60-minute effort against a team like Dallas. Let's see if they can rebound. We'll see you soon, Oil Country. Take care.